Hi, I'm your Everyday Joe. In today's video, we're going to be making pulled pork sandwiches out of the Ninja Foodi. So stay tuned.
If you want to show support to this channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. And to stay up to date on new content, when we release it, ring the notification bell. Now let's get into the video.
The ingredients we're going to need: 2 cups the low sodium chicken broth. The barbecue sauce we're going to use is the Stubbs Hickory Bourbon Legendary Barbecue Sauce, 1 onion, 3 cloves of garlic, some fresh herbs, thyme, mint, and basil, black pepper, salt, and the star of the show, about 1.25 pounds pork tenderloin. We're going to get some olive oil into the base of the pan. We turn the Foodi on, the Ninja Foodi on. I'm going to set it to saute sear on high, and we're going to hit start here. We want to get that thing nice and hot. While that's doing its thing, we're going to take care of this pork tenderloin. So this is about 1.25 pounds pork tenderloin. Just going to cut it in half. It's just going to be easier to handle. Okay, and first we're going to spray with some olive oil or any kind of oil you like. Okay, give it a nice oily rub down. Okay, then we're gonna get a little salt on it. Okay, a little black pepper. Basically giving it a rub. You know, just want to make sure we season it well. Once it's in there, it's going to be tough to re-season because we're gonna sear all this on there. It's my laser thermometer. We're going to test it, and we're looking at 330, 300. Obviously, some cool spots here, but we're going to let this thing heat up. Get it as hot as we can. It's starting to sizzle a little bit. So let's take our pork tenderloin. And, oh, that's what we're looking for. All right, get that in there. Get this one here in there. Oh, what a beautiful sound. We're gonna brown this tenderloin all the way around on each side. We're gonna let it go for a couple minutes, and then we'll start adding the rest. I'll bring you in when we do that part. So now the tenderloin is just about done, seared. You can see pretty dark on all sides. I try to get as seared as possible, but we're going to take this out right now so we can start sauteing some of the vegetables or the onions and the garlic. First, I'm going to hit it with some more olive oil. Okay, get the onions in there. And a couple of cloves of garlic, just chopped up. And let's give that a little stir. Okay. Hit it with a little bit of salt. And a little bit of pepper. I'm going to add just a little bit more olive oil in here. Just maybe a tablespoon's worth. Okay, what we're going to do is once we get this sauteed a little bit, we're going to I'm going to add the broth, the chicken broth, and the barbecue sauce in there. Get everything mixed up. As you can put everything in and let it sit because we're going to pressure cook it for about 20 minutes. So we're almost there here. We don't have to worry about cooking it too much. It's going to sit there for a while. Pressure cooking is going to take care of most of the cooking. Okay. So that's pretty much ready. We're going to take our chicken broth. This is low sodium one because I want to be able to control the sodium in here. So get that liquid in here. And we're going to get the Stubbs Hickory Bourbon barbecue sauce in there. Get that in there too. And let's get all that goodness out of there. Okay. Give that a stir. Okay. Add some of the herbs in there. Get that in there. Okay. And you can already smell it. It's really smells really good. Nice barbecue scent to it. Well, also what I'm going to add is a little bit of rice vinegar to give it a little bit of tang and to help tenderize the pork too. So I'm going to go maybe 2 tablespoons. This is rice vinegar is not as harsh as like a regular vinegar, the grape vinegar or anything like that. It's a little milder, a little sweeter. So we're going to get that in there. So now we're going to get the pork in there. And I'm using a small piece of tenderloin. You can use a pork shoulder, that works too. I just use a small one. Just me and the missus tonight. So we get that in there. We're going to get the pressure cooking going. So let's turn that off first. So you want to make sure you get your lid. When you put your lid on, verify that your seal is pushed all the way in. Because usually when you clean it, sometimes it doesn't go all the way in. So we're going to line up the arrows right here. And you can feel a little bit of pressure because it's building up the steam in there. A little bit of pressure. So you might have to push it down a little bit. Turn it. Turn the Foodi on. Set the pressure to high. Timer to 20 minutes. And start. So we want to make sure the valve is set to seal. When that button comes up, we are ready to start the timer. The timer will start automatically at that point. So I'll bring you back when we're done with the pressure cooking. And when we're done with that, we're going to let it cool, let it natural cool for about 10 minutes, and then release it. And by that point there, we should be ready to tear into it and shred it all up. Okay, we're just about done. I let it natural release for about 10 minutes. So we're just going to hit the valve to release the remaining steam. And I just put a towel on there just to keep the steam from flying all over the place. Now the steam has been released, completely released. So we're going to turn that off for now. And take the lid off. And make sure you open it away from you because there's still plenty of steam. Okay. So let's just put that down. So what I want to do is I want to check to see if the pork is ready here. Oh yeah, this is ready to be pulled apart here. So it's pretty ready. So all I want to do here is I want to make sure that I can thicken up the sauce a little bit. So what I'm going to do first is, we're going to take the pork out. Again, this is a small tenderloin, about 1.25 pounds. Okay. So I'm going to put that on there. And I'm going to turn your Foodi back on. And we're going to hit the sear, put it on high. We want to get the liquid to boil and reduce a little bit, thicken up a little bit. So while that's happening, I'm going to tear up the pork loin. Now you can see, it's just falling apart. It just easily tears up. Okay. So we're just going to tear that up. So I'm going to finish tearing all this up or shredding it all up. We're going to get it back into the Foodi. And we're going to let it boil for a little bit, let it reduce, probably until the liquid is halfway of what it is. And at the same time, we're going to taste it and make sure that all the flavoring is okay. So I'll bring you back when I'm done shredding all this up and we get it back into the Foodi. Okay, so now I let this boil for a couple minutes, about 3 or 4 minutes. I also added just a little bit of a cornstarch slurry in it because I like it to get extra thick. So this is evaporating somewhat and it's going to get a little thicker. So now we're going to take the shredded pork that we have here. So it's shredded up really nicely. It's got some nice crispy areas too, where we seared everything. So we're just going to take the pork, just get it right back in. Get it right back into the sauce here. So when it thickens up, it's all going to come together nicely. So just get that in there. Okay. So what I did also is I turned the heat down to medium right now. It is boiling pretty quickly. I'm going to let this cook for another 5 to 7 minutes until it reduces and thickens up a little bit more. I'm going to get it all into a bowl because I need the Foodi, because I'm going to be toasting up some fresh bread, some fresh sub rolls that we're going to make our sandwiches from. So I want to get this pot cleaned up, get everything to a bowl, get the bread in there toasted up, and I'll show you how to assemble it when we come back. All right, so now I've taken all the pulled pork, put it in my tray here. I've cleaned everything out, brought out the bread. What I'm going to do with it is just, this is a soft roll. Just going to spray with some olive oil because I'm going to toast it up. Okay, just give it a little bit here. Okay, put it in the rack here. All right, and I'm going to toast it up for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to add some cheese. I'm using some Swiss cheese. I'm going to add some Swiss cheese to it just to give it that cheesy flavor. Close this up. Start. Air crisp. Air crisp. 400 degrees. Time. Maybe about 2 minutes. I think that's all we're going to need. So we're going to let it go. I'm going to keep peeking at it to make sure that we're not burning it. But I only want to just slightly toast it on it so I can add the cheese. It'll melt nicely. All right, now that I've toasted the bread, I'm going to put the pulled pork on top of the bottom half. And then we're going to layer that with some cheese. So you can see this. Oh, this stuff is fantastic. It tastes great. So I'm just going to add some to the top here. Now you can put as little or as much as you want on yours. What I'm also going to put on mine is some cheese. Putting some Swiss cheese. Add some more on that one there. Okay. And I'm going to toast this up first. So, awesome. So we're going to put the cheese on, let the cheese melt right onto it as it toasts up for a few minutes. Okay. Like that. I'm going to close the top and give it 400 for about 2 minutes, just enough to melt the cheese. Then we'll finish it up here. I've also got some cherry peppers here. I'm just going to put a couple on mine. I like mine a little extra spicy, so I'm going to add a couple of these cherry peppers on top of my sandwich, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're done, and we can finish it up with a taste test. Just going to pull this out here, put it on the counter. See, look at it, nice and melted, beautiful. Let's put that to the side. Let's start assembling this sandwich here. So I'm going to grab this one here. And on mine, I'm going to put some of these cherry peppers, a little bit of heat. They're in vinegar. They're vinegar cherry peppers. Grab the top. Put that on top there. Give it a little smush. Oh, come on. And give it a cut here. We'll make a fancy cut. We'll go a little angle here. Okay. Oh, look at that. Come on now. Come on. I mean, look at that. That's just beautiful. It's a thing of beauty. So we're going to give it a big bite here. It's still pretty warm. Wow. You got a little sweetness, a little heat. You get the cheese, all the flavors of the barbecue sauce. If you haven't tried Stubbs barbecue sauce, give it a shot. It's a little bit, a little tangy, a little spicy, a little sweet. Okay, so if you enjoyed watching this video, enjoyed watching me make these type of videos, go ahead and give me some thumbs up, some comments. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit the globe here, the face on it. Hit that. That's a subscribe button. Also, check out some of the videos here that we place here for you. That some other videos from our playlist. Give them a look. Give me some comments. Let me know what you think of these type of videos. If you like the Ninja Foodi, if you use the Foodi or some other brand. I always like to hear from subscribers and viewers. Again, I appreciate you watching the video, and now I'll see you in the next one.